Oh boy, gotta love my computer's going. Woo! Hi guys. So let me know if you can hear me. My computer is acting really, really dumb right now. It's really loud. And also my screen isn't that great because I don't have any natural light. Hello everybody. Hello. I'm going to see if I can fix the light problem. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now you guys can actually see my face. I will apologize for any slowdown in the live stream today because my computer's running very loud, and if you guys can hear it, it's pretty insane. Oh boy. Curly B, I missed you guys too. I missed you guys a lot. It's been a while. Can you guys not hear me? Can you not hear me, Mandy? I don't know why. Okay, good. Okay. Yay, I'm glad everybody can hear me. So I guess I want to explain first off, I got vanished for about a month now, something like that. I think it was right after I decided to split up my channels. And I just kind of got overwhelmed with the idea of everything. So I was just kind of like, I need to take a step back. So I took a step back. But now I'm here. Be working on videos again. And for those of you who don't know, I do have a second channel now. It's under Riley's Other Side. You can search that in YouTube and find it. It's going to be where I'm going to put all of my anime content, my Love Live content, all that stuff that's not Sandersides. This channel will be specifically Sandersides only. So if you enjoy anime, manga, video games, my Love Live scouting content that I used to put up, it'll all be on that channel now when I finally get to it. I see you guys talking about my shirt. Yes, I have the new Virgil shirt. I also have, let me see, it's in here, I believe. I also have the new Virgil necklace. It's kind of small. It's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it's actually really, really pretty. The sun's kind of blurring it out a little bit, but and I also bought CJ, my partner, Patton's necklace. So, yep. So got that. So that's cool. I don't really wear it too often because I don't want to lose it. It's a lot smaller than I thought. Those of you asked, I did see Gay Disney Prince. I did see it. It's very good. I really like the song. It's definitely a bop. I didn't do a react to it because I don't like reacting to things that are just music because I don't really do anything watching it. I just kind of look at the screen and listen because I have a hard time processing audio sometimes, and it's really difficult for me to react initially to any kind of like music thing. It's completely music the entire time. Like obviously if like there's a musical number in the sides, it's a little bit easier for me because it's like a story, but I can't really, it's really hard for me to do that. But the song is a bop. I'm not sure if it's still trending, but it was trending at 18 on YouTube, which is awesome. Congrats to Thomas and John for that. And the whole crew that had anything to do with making the music video. It was great. All I can say is Disney, the ball's in your court now. So you guys need to do something about that. But yeah, so it's 24 now. Well, I mean, that's good. At least it's still trending. Like, I hope it trends for a while. But anyway, so I didn't really have a super duper plan for this. I'm just kind of wanting to get back in the groove and we talk about the sides a little bit. We're going to be getting a new episode hopefully within the next month or two. I wasn't able to watch the live stream yesterday with Thomas and his friends. So I'm not sure what anybody said there because I'm a member, but I tend to miss a lot of the live streams. Either I'm busy or I'm at work. So, but yeah, so it's really hot in my room right now. So if you see me fan myself, I also have water because like you can tell the base of the sun is like beating right on my room. And our air conditioning isn't up very high because I don't really want to get it too much. Oh, so there's a I don't really know if I want to call it a ripoff. I haven't seen what you're talking about, Minecraft Steve, but I mean, to be honest, it's kind of like it's nothing's original anymore because like even the Sanders sides are kind of like the Disney movie Inside Out, so it's not unless it's like exactly the same where it's one guy and he's got 4 different personalities and they're all the same thing. It's really hard to say that like it's a ripoff or it could be like a parody. So I don't really, I think it'd be all right. Oh, my cats are good. I'll show you guys them later. They've gotten a lot bigger. Dot is actually in here with me, but she's on the floor. I'm gonna have to be taking her to the vet pretty soon because she lost one of her fangs. Not sure why. But yeah, I'm kind of... Yeah, I'm not sure why she lost one of her fangs. It's kind of weird. But she's getting older. She is 12 years old, so I'm just going to have to get her, taken to the vet, make sure her gums are okay and all that stuff. Vanessa, you haven't missed much. I'm just kind of talking. Not really about anything in particular. Katie, have you got a most favorite Sanders side? Yeah, Virgil. Virgil will always be my favorite. This thing is clearly pretty obvious. I think I have most merch of his. I have his old shirt, the new shirt. I have the special jacket. I have the original jacket. I've made his cosplay by hand. I have his necklace. I have obviously the stickers. I have a little bit of... If there's Virgil merch, I'm probably going to buy it. Let's just say that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out why my screen looks so crappy, but I don't know. It's being a bud. You guys see my posters up there? Look at them. Aren't they awesome? So I guess if you guys have questions, we can just start a conversation. I'll just answer your guys' questions. That's so random. What do you think will happen in SVS Part 2? I'm hoping a conclusion that kind of wraps up the idea of not overextending yourself at the expense of others. That's pretty much what I want. Because I feel like that's what Thomas does a lot in the series. I feel like he overextends himself just to make others happy. And he's going to eventually give up something he really, really wants for it. And I feel like that's what they're leading up to. And then shipping trash. Have you seen any of the newer ships with Remus? Yeah. I'm a really big shipper of him in Deceit, which is either Receipt or Demas. I don't know what the shipping name is for it. And then I also like Interlocete, which is Remus, Deceit, and Logan. I'm trash, but yeah, I watch it. I look at a lot of fan art. I can't draw, so I just have to like the fan art. I do write fan fiction, but it's very, very minimal how much I actually write. But yeah, I'm a book child. I have a theory about the seat's name. Could I say it? Sure. Go ahead. I'll read it out loud. It's love mini fandoms. Have you seen the Tumblr thread theories about procrastination? Yeah, I've seen a lot of theories. Procrastination's been around for a while in terms of people thinking that it was going to be a side. So yeah, I mean that's... Vanessa, what do you think will be happening in the Sanders size video? Like I said, I think it's obviously going to be... We know for a fact from Thomas and Joan it's going to be an SVS conclusion, and I just hope it has something to do with not overextending yourself from for somebody else. Logan getting called cool made me happy. Katie, yep, Katie, I agree. That part was probably one of the best things that come out of Intrusive Thoughts. Also, like, it's really important to remember that wasn't the first time he'd been called cool, because Roman had called him cool before. It happened in the Crofters, the musical episode, and Logan didn't hear him because he was too busy stuffing Crofters in his mouth. But it's okay. Let's see. Mr. Maximilian, I heard a theory that in SVS Part 2 gets postponed / canceled, and Thomas has to deal with the Guild of being happy about it, and Guild is the new orange side. That's kind of cool. I actually think that idea is kind of neat. Like, I think that would be an interesting idea. I feel like that the character Thomas, as we know him, would have a guilt side. So that's kind of neat. I actually kind of like that. Oh, Ellie, you drew the sides and hung them on the wall. That's awesome. I guess I can show this. I finally got frames to hang up some of my fan art that I've bought from artists. This is one of them. For those of you who don't know, there's an artist called Just Issa is Fine. And I bought this a while back. It's It's an analogical fan art, and it's really cute. And I finally got it framed. Yay. But I love this art. I remember the first time I saw it, and I was able to buy it to support Issa, and it was great. I love them. Such a good artist. They are so good. And then I have this one, which this one is a little bit bigger. So the first one and the last one are Moxiety art, and then the one in the middle you guys may not recognize. The characters in the middle are actually from the blog Ask Us Sandersides, and they are Mai and at Avalaise, which is Availe, or Maxie, as I call her a lot. We made our own OCs of the Sandersides, and there's a whole story, but that's 5 of them in that image there. But yeah, it's good. But I finally got all that art framed, and I just buy fan art whenever the artists, put them up for sale. I've had those for a really long time, like at least half a year, if not longer. Let's see. That's all right. What do you think the relationship between all the dark sides are before Virgil switched? I would say that Virgil and Remus got along at Virgil's expense. Like, I feel like Remus just was able to control him however he wanted. And I think Virgil and Deceit kind of got along as like brothers do. I feel like if there's like a brother group within the dark sides, just them, I feel like it would have been Virgil and Deceit, because they seem to pick on each other quite a bit. Andy Mac fan, do you think you should go to the callback or the wedding? The callback. I've always said the callback. And that's mostly just because of the way that he acts about the whole situation of going to the wedding. Thomas never really seems like he actually wants to go. Not to mention at the very end, he admits he doesn't want to go. So I feel like he should go to the callback. Shipping trash, how do you feel about the thing people do with traits like sides but not quite in fanfics? Oh, do you mean like when people make up other traits and like give them like personalities and stuff? It's fine. I don't really care. Ship what you want. That's a random. What is your main ship? Oh, that's a good question. Definitely Logence. Logence is love and life. And I love Logan and Roman. I love their dynamic. And actually, I'm going to be posting. Okay, so for those of you who may know, recently the fandom had the Big Bang for the Sandersides. So what that means is authors got together with artists and had like 6 months or so to like write a story, an X amount of length. I failed, but I really enjoyed the story that I started writing, and it was a Logence story. I'm going to be starting to post it on AO3, so I might link you guys at some point. You guys can follow me on Tumblr for updates on that, which is vigilantvirgil@tumblr.com, or you can also follow me on Twitter at Riley Logan, or you can look at the description. I'll maybe put the link down there at some point when I finally get it posted on AO3, but it is a Logence fanfic. I can basically tell you the premise. It's in a human AU, and Roman has 2 kids from a previous relationship. They are Virgil and Patton. Virgil is 8, Patton is 5, and it's his story about finding love again and having to deal with his ex. And it's not fun. And obviously, since it's Logence, he eventually gets with Logan, and cute stuff abounds. So you guys can look forward to that if you're interested. Katie, you can buy fan art. I scrolled past it. Where did it go? You can buy fan art. I usually buy fan art on Tumblr when they're trying to like pay for bills and stuff. And if I have the extra cash, I tend to buy it. Let's see here. Overjoyed pages. When I have a weird ship Patton to see, don't come out. No, Mossy's adorable. Every ship. Okay, here's the thing. I ship everything. Okay, there's literally no ship that I don't like, except for maybe Roman and Remus, just because they're technically like they've been described as brothers. I definitely like when it comes to any type of series, brothers are my weakness. I love the relationship you can have with brothers and like being there and being dependable and stuff. So yeah, I have a weakness for brotherly relationships, like the platonic brother stuff. But other than that, I ship everything, so don't worry. And then I'm a book child. I think Deceit's name may be Ethan because of ethos. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I feel like that's possible too. That's one of the big names. Lottie Emerald, hi. What do you think about all the unsympathetic Pat and abusive Pat that came out of the dark side of creativity? This is okay. So I'm not a big fan of the way Patton has been treating a lot of the sides, including Thomas. Being completely honest with you, and I say that all the characters have the ability of being unsympathetic or being abusive, but abuse is like, I don't like using that word, and I don't like using toxic either. Unsympathetic just means that they're doing things for cruel intentions, but none of them are cruel because Thomas isn't cruel. Like, they all are a part of Thomas. It's really important to remember that we can't put character traits on them that they wouldn't have because they're not human. Like, they're literally the embodiment of whatever they represent within Thomas. So if Thomas himself isn't unsympathetic, then none of the sides can be either. So I don't, people can do what they want as long as they tag it, it's fine. I feel like it's fair to tag what you enjoy and tag it for the reason not only to, so people that also enjoy it with you can find it, but also those who don't enjoy it can, stay away from it and, have their own, they can block it and move on with their lives too. I think we should all just be fair together. Katie, all I want my Virgil boy to be happy. Yeah, I feel you. Oh, hey, Seth, what's up? I've always pronounced Moxiety. That's just how I say it. I don't know if that's right or wrong, Mr. Maximilian. I have no idea. That's just how I say it. Let's see. That's so random. Would you still choose the callback for Joan and Talon's wedding? Yes, I would. It's not about the wedding and about the person that's at the wedding. It's about what Thomas wants to do. I choose the callback because Thomas himself makes it pretty clearly obvious that he wants to go to the callback. He just doesn't want to be seen as a bad person. He doesn't want to go to the wedding. Now, if it was switched and it was Joan and Talon's wedding, that would be a completely different scenario because more than likely Thomas would actually want to go to that. He might actually choose to go to that wedding over the callback. So it just really depends on, that makes the scenario so completely different. Like, it makes it definitely different. Let's see. Yeah, Roman does need a hug, Gameplay Man. I agree with you. Coming soon, when's the new standard size video coming out? Who knows? We just have to let it happen. Recently, the episodes have been taking about 3 to 4 months in between, so I feel like it's fair. If we get as awesome episodes as we have been getting this year, and it takes another 2 months or so, like let's say we don't get one, like it's September 2nd, so let's say we don't get one until November, I'm okay with that because I know it's going to be high quality, and I rather Thomas and company take as long as they need to make it than rather than force it out and it be not something that they're satisfied with. Katie, can I just say I'm confused why Roman went with the wedding and not the callback since he is creative? Have I missed something? And the fact that Roman doesn't want to force Thomas to do something that would hurt him. And Roman sees the fact that Thomas obviously wants to go to the callback, and obviously Roman does too. But Roman can also see how much it's hurting Thomas to make that decision. So he made the decision for him to go to the wedding. Thomas isn't as upset about feeling like a terrible person. I don't necessarily agree with it, but at the same time, it's kind of like that idea of like where you choose to do something for somebody else at the expense of yourself, which is what I'm hoping that the rest of the part 2 will be about like, it's not selfish to do something for yourself over something else that someone else wants you to do. It's okay to make decisions for yourself, and that's not inherently selfish. Like, not all selfishness is evil and kind, I guess. That's the best way of saying it. The chat is moving so fast. I'm going to miss people. I'm sorry. Quincy the Fancy Owl, do you think Sanders Shorts is Direct Planet Universe versus Sanders Size, the cartoon therapy being the universe between the two? That would be interesting, but I know it's not true because Thomas says that they are 2 unconnected universes. So I like the idea of them all being separate 3. Now, what I think it would be neat if, like, Emil could have a cameo in the Sanders Sides, yes, I think that would be great, but I don't think it would happen. Love many fandoms. Think about doing fan art commissions on Tumblr. You should do it, especially if you like to draw and you like to have some, creativity and draw people's ideas that they give you. I think you should. Welcome back, Undead Warlord. Mr. Wigglesworth says, I have an idea as you said in the intrusive thoughts reaction, that you think Remus is the opposite of Roman and Deceit. Logan, do you think anxiety may be the opposite to Patton? I don't believe in the strict idea that they are inherently opposites of each other. I think that it's like I've said 100 times. I think it's a dichotomy where like the one that's closest to being the opposite of Logan is Deceit, but you could also argue that Deceit is an opposite of Patton because of wanting to do what's right and then willing to do what's wrong. And Remus, obviously, we know for a fact is part of Roman or an opposite of him because the way Roman describes it, he says it's like looking in a funhouse mirror. So Remus is literally everything that Roman doesn't want to be. So it's kind of like they both represent creativity. So they are two halves of a whole. Whether or not fusing them a la Steven Universe fashion would create another character, that's to be determined. Or if it was more like Roman's not whole because all of the stuff with Remus was pulled out of him and made into Remus. Roman is still and would always be the original creativity. It's just Remus was technically originally a part of him. There's two different ways you could look at that. It's hard to know which one. Yeah, Katie, I mean, you should like whatever ships you like. I'm not huge on romantic anxiety or logicality. I like them more as brothers, but I mean, everybody has their own thing, you know? Yeah, Forbidden Fruit is a bop. Anytime I think about it, like sometimes I'll just be sitting at work and all of a sudden I'll hear, I am the Duke. And I'm just like, whoa, Remus, hello. I don't know what you're doing here. I'm at work. I'm trying to think. Please stop. Ella, you're right. Thomas should do what makes him happy. That's true. That's so random. Do you think Remus should have a redemption arc? I personally think Remus is what he is and doesn't need one. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't think he should have a redemption arc either. And I'm kind of on that same vein with Deceit because Virgil needed a redemption arc because we know for a fact he was pretending to be mean. We know that he was pretending to be mean to be heard. And so the idea of a redemption arc for him makes sense because we have to have that part to say, hey, it's okay that you were like this, but we know now that that's not how you are. It's okay to be who you actually are to us. You don't have to fake anything. And I feel like that's why Virgil got his redemption arc. Now, as for Deceit and Remus, like they don't need redemption arcs because they're not pretending to be anybody. They are who they are, and they don't need a redemption arc because of that. Also, my computer is starting to freeze, and I can't keep up with the chat. No. Hello, Helium. Hi, I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, I mean, Forbidden Fruit is such a good song. I don't even want to look at how many times I've listened to it on Spotify. Like, the song is just, it's such a bop. Oh my goodness. AR, sweetie, I'm here, I'm queer, and I love Nozomi Tojo. Good for you. Nozomi's great. She's second best girl. But I'm here, I'm queer, and I love Umi Sonoda. Sorry. Anyway, that's not Sander Sides. That's okay, though. So I don't know if my chat's messed up, but it's not moving anymore, so maybe I'm actually caught up. But let me see. I'm going to mute my phone and let's see if I can see the chat from my phone because I can't. I don't know if it's moving or not, or if it's just being a butt. Or if I can even see it on my own channel. I don't even know if I can. Oh, I can. Cool. I can actually watch my own thing on my phone. That's okay. Yeah, see, it is moving because my thing hates me. Katie, you are not the only one. When I sing the song, I always add in the line "apples don't have pits" in that part. Just like you can't. It fits in the beat. You have to do it. Giraffe, what do you mean? Is anything wrong? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, maybe I'm just dumb. That's so random. What were your immediate thoughts of Remus? Has it changed since then? Okay, so at first I was very, very unsettled by Remus, like 100%. I was like, I'm not gonna like him the same way I turned around and liked Deceit. I just didn't know. I was like, not gonna happen. But it did. The more I watched the episode, the more I got used to him. So it wasn't really too terrible anymore. Something hates me. I mean, I hate myself sometimes, but that's all I can think of. But I'm trying not to say that in like a negative way, but Shooting Trash, I have watched Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts, I want to say at least 20 times at this point. And most of that was for my discussion after it happened, but I also tend to rewatch the episodes a lot, so yeah, Mandy, you can physically fight me. It's fine. It's okay. I have to deal with it, Like, it's not something that, like, it's just the way that it is in my head sometimes. Ah, yes. You will be meeting me in real life, wouldn't you, Mandy? But you won't fight me. It's okay. I would like to think that some of Roman's mean nicknames come from Remus Katie. Maybe not all of them, but we know some of them. Um, some of them obviously come from Roman because he reused the same nickname against Logan when he said Nerdy Wolverine. So, yeah, I can't fight, so you guys would win. I don't, I don't have that. Isabel, I'm working on it. And for those of you who didn't watch my update video, so Isabel asked when is your top 10 Sandersize episode coming out? No rush, of course. I changed my mind while making that list. I'm actually gonna rank all 28 Sandersides episodes at once. Yeah, I'm gonna rank them all at once. It's great. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I think it was because my list was really hard to pin down at first. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rank them all. So yeah, look forward to that one. I saw something I wanted to read. Where'd it go? That's the random. Do you think Sandersides has seasons? I want my friend to watch it, but she said she would judge it by the first season. Yeah, show her everything up until Accepting Anxiety Part 2. That's considered the season finale, according to Thomas. They consider that the season finale of the first season. And then I think in one live stream that was just Thomas and Joan, I'm pretty sure they said that there's one episode with SVS, and then they have like another two-parter thing they want to do, and then another episode, and that was going to be season 2 of the Sandersides, I think. Like, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure Thomas and Joan said something about that in a live stream recently. You guys see it. I love your posters in the back. Yeah, my posters. They are by Bree Grace on Tumblr and Instagram. She was in collaboration with Thomas a while back, and they did episodes. She created like episode posters. So from your guys' perspective, from left to right at the top is the first episodes. It skips Taking on Anxiety, but you have all the episodes, and then they wrap around stopping at Growing Up, and that's where they stop selling them. Oh, Curly B, I love you guys too. Indigo the Silk Sandwing. What if Roman was calling Virgil mean names because he hurt Remus. I don't think so. I think it's more along the lines of like they just didn't get along because we know from moving on that Virgil and Roman really worked together when Thomas was a kid, and I think Virgil got in the way of a lot of stuff, and Roman kind of held it against him for a while. Oh, and guys, I'm just reading through here, so be careful when you guys are shortening the Sanders sides as SS. I wouldn't do that. That is a thing that refers to Nazism. So we really need to talk about the Sanders sides as full words or as like TS sides or something else. Oh, and we had a bot. That was awesome. Yeah, I took care of the bot, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know where they came from. I didn't have that problem last time. I'm glad I had my phone open because I don't know if I would have noticed that fast enough if I didn't have my phone open. Sorry, I'm just kind of making sure that the chat's okay. Sorry, I'm going quiet. But I'm trying to go through the chat to see. I'm trying to get rid of that one. Lottie Emerald, I think the new side will be anger based on Virgil looked very uncomfortable when Logan mentioned wrath. I think it will be some kind of anger thing. I don't know what it would be, but I think it would be neat if it was anger or rage or something along those lines. Because we've had almost all the sides get really angry recently. You know, you had Logan throwing the paper wad at Roman and learning new things about ourselves. You had Virgil being very, very angry and dealing with intrusive thoughts. So yeah, I could see there being like a wrath kind of character at some point. Eggplant Man, Avatar Last Airbender is great. Definitely watch that. Well, Helium, don't forget, we already have our red. Roman is red, so don't forget that. I would like to imagine that Deceit does like Remus, though. And I think it's he likes the chaoticness just a little bit because he does like the twisted stuff. Like, he's okay with twisted things. Quincy the Fancy Owl, do you have any social media? You talking to me, Quincy? I mean, I do. If anybody, I mean, I could put him in the description or I could type him in here. Lois McKellen, do you think Remus and Deceit are working together? Yes. Yes, I do. And yeah, Helium, it is orange. If the color theory is right, if color theory is accurate, then orange will be the last side. But we don't know yet. We were half proven right because the next side was green, and that was one of the colors we were missing in the rainbow and the color theory. So the only color we have left, if you don't include only colors in the rainbow. Some people have talked about a pink side, but pink's not in the rainbow. So we have to focus on colors that actually show up in the rainbow. So we would have to, hit orange. Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on with the chat. There's a lot of people just coming in and being kind of mean. I don't know what's going on. Vanessa says, "What do you think is the Roman Remus backstory? Why have there been fighting?" I'm of the idea that they used to be one person until Thomas decided that he didn't want to do anything anymore with that negative creativity, and so he just kind of banished Remus. Sort of, they got torn apart. Even though in that technicality, I guess it would technically be Patton that tore them apart. So I guess you could see that it's unsympathetic Patton if you'd like to. I'm a book child. Yeah, I think Demas as a relationship, regardless of whether or not it's romantic, which I don't believe any of them are in canon, but like I feel like it's kind of like that whole shipping dynamic of a out of control character plus a very poised character just being they're best friends even though they're completely absolutely different. D Hard, I think Patton was the reason the twins split. Yeah, no, I do. I think Patton had something to do with the split, especially if he's the leader, like a lot of people think so. I think he has a lot of sway on everything. It's also really hot in my room, so I'm gonna shut this curtain. I know it's lighting my face up, but I can't take it anymore. It's so hot. Ugh. Ashwin Masu, what would happen if Deceit and Remus were in the same video? I would freaking cheer because I want all of the dark sides in a video once. Like once we have the good, once we have the other side introduced, the orange side, I want a episode that has nothing but all of them in it. So I want Thomas there, and I want Virgil and Deceit and Remus and whatever the orange side is. I want them all there at the same time. I think that would be so cool. Brave Ravenclaw, I think we are in the middle of a Roman arc, and that's because almost every episode has gone on to the fact of how he's insecure and he's upset about being, not enough and not original enough, not good enough. I feel like we're going to be getting it at some point. Well, Helium, the sides will switch about the wedding versus the callback. I think Patton already is kind of considering it because if you watch him in Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts, when Virgil mentions that Thomas feels like he has no control over his own life and he's committed to skipping a big callback, it flashes to Patton, and Patton looks kind of guilty. So I think the sides are already thinking about the fact that Thomas is giving up something that he really doesn't want to give up. Lois McKellen, if Virgil's a cat, Deceit's a snake, and Remus is octopus, what animal do you think the orange side will be? I actually don't think Virgil's a cat. I think he's a spider. Because of the spider webs in his room and all the different spider elements that he's had, plus he had a little spider of his own. So I think if Virgil had any kind of traits of a creature that's not human, I think he's a spider. But the orange side, I don't know. I really don't know. The octopus really threw me for a loop for Remus. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, Helium, I do agree. The 5 stages of grief. I feel like Patton has a lot to learn because of the fact of like dealing with intrusive thoughts really gave us a lot of insight in how Patton functions. Like the reason why he is so completely against everything that's negative at all is because of the way Thomas was raised into thinking that thought as a precursor to action. So because of that, we now know why Patton is so strict all the time. It's because he's afraid that if Thomas even remotely thinks anything bad or negative, that Thomas might be convinced to do it. So that's possible. I think Virgil had a cat plushie in his room. I think. I mean, to be honest, I would love for Virgil to be more like a cat, but I think they're leaning toward the spider theory more than anything. I don't know. When it comes to the series, we just have to remember that while we like the characters as much as we do, they are not their own person. They don't function in the same way that a human would. They can't really be manipulative because they're not human. So we just have to remember that if we do see them any specific way, it's we're kind of impressing human characterization onto them. Which we can't do because they're not human. So we just have to remember that if Virgil is, being a little mean, that just means that Thomas's anxiety is going up about the situation at hand, or like the fact that Thomas seems really unsettled throughout the entire last episode with Remus. It's because Virgil and Patton don't understand Remus and they don't like him, kind of how Logan explained. I'll see you later, Love Mini Fandoms. Thank you for coming. Bye. Undertube. I think Virgil was fear breaking anxiety. Well, yeah. I mean, they've explained that before that Virgil is like all of his fears and stuff. More specifically, I think Virgil was paranoia beforehand, or he's turning into paranoia. One of the two. I think it's either one way or the other. Yeah, Ella, it's really easy to forget that the sides don't actually exist. And I see a lot of the time we tend to push the idea that, Deceit's being manipulative on purpose. Like he's doing that because he wants to get things done his way. No, he reacts based on what Thomas wants. Like the only reason he showed up at all was because Thomas wanted to lie to Joan about missing Joan's reading. That's the only reason Deceit showed up, was because Thomas decided he wanted to lie. So Deceit was there to help him lie. But because he didn't know who Deceit was, Deceit had to come through Patton instead. So that's kind of... I mean, we have to remember, like I said, Helium, you really can't put the 5 stages of grief onto Patton because he's not human. Could Thomas be going through the 5 stages of grief? Absolutely. And it could be affecting Patton because Patton is his emotions. So it is possible that we could have depression as the next dark side too. That is possible. Or the next other, I guess. There's a lot to consider when it comes to SVS Part 2. That's really, well, even though I call it SVS Part 2, it's actually not. But I gotta wake up my kitty because she's been asleep for a while and she likes to lay in the same spot, so hang on a second. Oh, there we go. You can say hi to the people. Say hi. Don't meow. It's okay. What? What? You okay now? She's a little butt, but yeah, she lost this fang on that side of her mouth. I'm not sure why, but sometimes she'll like take her lip and she'll go up like this. Yeah. Yeah, you lost your fang, you silly. See, everybody's saying hi. Nah, man, she's not hungry. She's just being a butt. It hasn't been that long since she ate, so she's okay. Well, Katie, we really don't know exactly how the ages of the Sandersides work because they're not human. So it's kind of like we know for a fact that Virgil's been there since Thomas was young. So I think they've all been around. It's just whether they were prominent or not is based on Thomas's age. Like, it's possible that, like, maybe deceit didn't really exist until Thomas was old enough to know what lying was, you know? So, it just varies. Dot, a lot of them think you're cute. Do you agree? The people think you're cute. Ashwin Masood, do you think the sides grow up with Thomas? Yeah, I do. I think they're the same age I think they are the same age, whatever Thomas is. And then like it's kind of like the idea of like, okay, you know how sometimes when you're watching something and you remember something really specific and the thing you were watching, I think that's how they work. And they gather information that has to do with their specific topic. So like if Thomas is watching a documentary, Roman may remember if there was a catchy song in it, like the Rainforest Rap, you know. But Logan's going to remember not only that, if it's knowledge, he's also going to remember certain facts about the animals that Thomas is watching about or whatever. And I think that's how the sides work. No, Katie, I mean, I understand. Thomas does a really good job. There are times where I'm watching it and I forget that they're all played by him. I say I'm a book child. If okay, so I'm gonna plug something that I have something to do with. A new because what I'm a book child says is, can we imagine a new light side that used to be Virgil's opposite before he was a light side? Like, please, I really want that. If you go to the blog Ask Us Sandersides on Tumblr, me and Maxie have a story that kind of relates to light and dark sides of the actual sides themselves. So. Also, Indigo, I don't think it's a good idea to just throw around saying that Thomas has things that we know he doesn't. I wouldn't do that. Because I'm not sure exactly, like, we know he doesn't have DID because that's not what the sides are. It's just a representation of his personality, that's all. I mean, Katie, sometimes the Sandersides videos can be kind of deep, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like we read a little bit of them. Lois McKellen, how long have you been following the Sanderside series? Since I've been a fan since 2017. Toward the middle of 2017, I started watching the series in May of that year. My first episode that I watched, even though it was out of order, was My Negative Thinking. I didn't join the fandom until later on that year, and the first episode I watched that premiered was Accepting Anxiety Part 2. So, a while. I've been in the fandom for a while. I think it would be neat if Thomas's friends could meet the sides somehow. I think that would be kind of cool. Brave Ravenclaw, isn't it just the main sides and the others? Yeah, Roman gave them the name Dark Sides, and I slip into that sometimes, but they're actually not. They're just the others. And to be honest, I literally think that those sides are only black. They all wear some kind of black, right? Like Virgil has black and purple, Deceit has black and yellow, and Remus has black and green. And I literally think that has to do with Thomas's connotation of evil being black. And I think they're like Roman came up with the dark sides because they were black, and because of the fact that the only reason why they are necessarily dark side is because Thomas is scared of them. I don't think it has anything to do. I don't think it's any deeper than that. Katie, I do have a favorite Sandersides video, but you're gonna have to wait for my list to know what that is. I'm not gonna say it. I think Logan having black and blue has to do with the fact that he's more of a teacher because he started with black, and I think they didn't want to change his color from being black, so they didn't. But I think at the same time with Logan, like black's more formal since he wears a tie, and that's maybe also just from the fact that he developed from the teacher character from Thomas's Vines. With Logan, I just feel like it's possible that maybe Thomas was a little scared of Logan at one point when he was a kid, because Logan wanted to learn, and he was real strict and stuff, kind of like how Patton is now. Lois, I'm not sure yet. I don't know when my video will be up. Like I said, for those of you who weren't here, I was going to be making a top 10 Sandersides episodes video, but as I was rewatching them, I decided to rank all 28 of them in one video. And so I made the video much longer than it needed to be because I'm an idiot. So I'm hoping I'll get it around within the next 2 weeks, at least. Well, Quincy, technically, Thomas has said that while Logan, Patton, and Roman were based off the teacher character, the prince character, and the dad from his Vines, they aren't technically connected. Like the Sanders shorts are two different universes. It's the same side. It's the same concept of the fact that, like, as much as people like Sleep, or Remy or whatever, like, he would never be a side because he's the concept of sleeping. That's not anybody's, that's not anybody's personality trait. He's the actual personification of you sleeping and what helps you to sleep. Evelyn Wendigo, Riley, do you have sides inspired by Thomas's sides? I do have my own sides. I have a logic, a creativity, an anxiety, a morality, and another side, and a depression. But yeah, I guess I could tell you guys about them if you really want. Midnight Willow, how Roman is out on stage with Thomas while he's acting. Wouldn't Deceit be too? No, I think the lying aspect of acting is a little different. Roman sees that differently than what Deceit is. Deceit's there to help Thomas lie about things, specifically about himself. So I don't think that's the same thing. Oh, Cheesy, you want to hear about my sides? I guess I can tell you guys about my sides. I don't have a picture of them, though. Unless you guys can see my phone. Nope, not what I wanted. Oh no, where are my sides at? I have a picture of my sides. Okay. Yeah, okay, here we go. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this very well. Probably not, because my phone sucks. Nope. They're going to be a butt, aren't they? It's a little better. You can kind of see them. Sort of. Yeah, sort of. It's not very good, man. Nope, definitely can't see it like that. I mean, a little bit. You can kind of see them. So these are my sides drawn by Maxie for me. So up here, this is Shannon. She's my logic. Then that's Charlotte. She's my creativity. And yes, she is wearing the Could Be Gayer shirt. This is my morality. It's Melody. And then I have my anxiety, and her name is Valoria. I haven't ever drawn my depression because it's really hard for me to even care that she exists, but I know she does. But yeah, those are my sides. The thing I like about them most is their names. I would love to have them redrawn. CJ's drawn them for me once. I could probably show you guys that one. If I can find it. I know it's in here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. So CJ drew me and my sides together. So this was drawn by my partner. So it's me in the middle. We're in Virgil's second Halloween thing, and his second Christmas. Why did I say Halloween? His second Christmas sweater, and then CJ also drew the rest of my sides with me. So yay! Drawing's a skill you can learn, but I have ADHD. It's hard enough for me to focus on doing these videos, much less learning a new skill. Oh, thank you, Cheesy. Oh, bye, Quincy. I knew you were leaving. Bye, Quincy. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming. But thank you, Cheesy. You guys should follow my partner on Tumblr. They are amazing. They do amazing art for the Sander sides. It's Artistic Torian at tumblr.com. Really good. You should definitely follow them. They also like Taz. If any of you guys like Taz, they draw Taz stuff too, which is the Adventure Zone. I know a little bit about it, not nearly as much as they do. They've listened to all of it. I'm still getting into it. Yeah, Katie, at the very beginning, I mentioned that I saw a gay Disney prince. I was just like, balls in your court, Disney. You better get on that. So anybody got any questions? Anything they want to talk about? Sorry I'm boring today, but I'm like really tired, and the fact that I have to work tomorrow makes me really sad. Oof. I just splashed myself with this bottle of water, by the way. Because I'm smart. Oh, did you guys want to see the kittens? They've gotten a lot bigger since last time you guys saw them. Because I don't know if you guys were here at the last one, but I talked about where I showed the kittens off. They were really small back then. They were really tiny. They're bigger now, though. They're much bigger now. Okay, to your favorite Sander sides line? It varies by character. I have favorite lines for every character. Okay, guys, I'll go get the kittens. Let me answer Katie's question. So, my favorite line for Virgil is from Am I Original, which is you tried, you failed, let's go to sleep. Because that's literally like my motto. It's my motto. As for Romans, my favorite Roman line is time out for thee, focus on issues or focus on me. I love that. That's easily one of my favorite things with him. Logan, it's really hard. I really love Logan's line when he's talking about how like if you were happy at one point, you can be happy again. I don't really know the entire line that he says, but it's in the beginning of Moving On Part 1. I love that line. It's such a good line. And the entire time when he gets soft, like anytime something's upsetting's going on and he ends up getting real soft by it, I'm just like, oh. My favorite deceit thing is just when he explodes at the end of SVS, whenever they're back in Thomas's room and he's just like, he just loses it. No, I love that part. That's great. I don't know if I have a favorite line from Remus yet. He hasn't, like, he's had an episode, but I feel like I want more with him. So I'm not sure yet. And then for Patton, my favorite Patton line is life is short, might as well make it short and fantastic. I love that line. It's a really good line. Oh, you guys want to hear some Logan Ank stuff out of the other day? I forgot. I forgot I haven't really talked about it. I was gonna post it on Tumblr, but I haven't done it yet. Oh, Helium, that's Roman. That's Roman who said that. He says it's Roman because he's like, sorry, I'm not thinking straight. And then he's like, ever, I'm not straight. Yeah, that's Roman from Moving On. That's hilarious. I'm not gonna react to any old Sander Sides episodes. I mean, unless you guys want me to. I guess I could turn them into discussion episodes, but I've seen them all 100 times. So reacting, it's not really a react. It's like a let's rewatch. which I guess we could do at some point if you guys want to. Oh, bye, Helium. See you later. But no, the Logan angst. So if you guys want to know what the Logan angst is, so we've gotten a lot of grief from the fact that like Logan doesn't understand the others, right? So like for example, when we get the puzzle song, right? Logan basically says in there that we know, or they know, that Logan doesn't really care for sentiment, right? The idea that the other sides are singing to Logan for his benefit, including Thomas, is kind of weird because they know that that's not how Logan responds. Logan doesn't respond with sentiment. He responds with facts and cold hard knowledge, but nobody seems to want to give him that. You know, like they all want Logan to learn the same way they do. And it's really sad because in the last episode, if you listen to Logan in Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts, he says he's going to forgo the scientific method for a more understandable approach. So he literally changes how he's going to explain Remus to them through a way that they understand. And I'm just like, Logan is such a good boy because none of them have ever tried to approach Logan to teach him something the way he learns. And I don't understand why they haven't done that yet, because Virgil knows that Logan doesn't like the whole line in Learning New Things About Ourselves. Whenever, Virgil said something about the lines, oh, you made a few puns and ate some jam, and now, you want to be all this like little angst stuff, and Logan immediately snaps at him. I'm not a joke. Like, that's really a big deal. Like, I know everybody's hopping onto the Roman angst, but I really think they're building up Logan angst too, because Logan wants to be seen as being taken seriously. And the only time they ever recognize him is when he's doing something funny. That's why I think him being called cool by Thomas and all of the other sides nodding at him at the ending of Dealing with Intrusive Thoughts was such a big deal. Because he's like, they're finally recognizing me for my own strengths. Like, instead of just me being funny and making puns and all this stuff, like, that's... I feel like it's a really big deal that they recognize Logan for his own personal strengths and not force him to learn things the way the rest of them learn. Because yes, Virgil accepted and was willing to sing with them because he knows that's how Thomas learns. But they're trying to talk to Logan, forcing Logan to sing and to learn through song. Why would you approach Logan in that way? I could understand if you wanted to teach Logan something, or if you're trying to teach Roman. Like, let's say you're trying to teach Roman something and you sing it in song to him. That makes more sense because Roman likes to sing. If you're going to try to teach Logan something, why would you not give him cold hard facts? Like, that's how he learns. And I don't know. I forgot I never brought that up and in anything. So I figured that might be interesting to think about. Yeah, Undertube says it feels like Logan is often shut down by Patton because he disagrees with what Logan says. Yes, not to mention, I think Logan really wants to be original because, I mean, if you think about it, Logan and Patton are so similar other than their personality. Like, they both have the glasses. Their icons both have glasses on them with something else. And anytime Logan tries to do something, it always feels like Patton tries to one-up him. I mean, I don't want to say that Patton's doing that, like, on purpose, but, like, it just seems like Logan can't be original. Like, he's always being compared to Patton because of their similarities that they have. Not that that's a bad thing. I just think that I don't know. I just think Logan is tired of not being, like, kind of like when Deceit impersonated Patton and was giving all these facts and stuff. Like, you could see Logan beginning to crack whenever he's like, when he says something about, like, knowing a term and he's like, see, I know stuff too. He really feels like he might be replaced one day. I think that's Logan's fear, is that eventually he's going to be replaced. But, oh, bye, Katie. See you later. Oh yeah, the line you guys are all talking about, the line to that Virgil said to Logan, I'm going to prohibit your breathing if you keep this up. Yeah. My favorite Sanderside's theory, I don't know. I don't really know if I have a favorite. I mean, I have ones that I like, but I don't necessarily have favorite ones. Like, I really like the idea that the next side is going to be like anger or rage or something like that. There's angst for all, to be honest, CB. Like, there's angst for everything, but I also feel like we really need to give Logan more credit because we don't give him enough. Like, he's done a lot of teaching in episodes, and I don't really feel like he gets a lot of acknowledgement for that. And I think that's why when Thomas called him cool, that he was speechless, that he didn't know what to say. He didn't know how to respond. And I think a lot of that came from the idea that he doesn't really get thanked for everything that he does. Like, I'm trying to think, because like if he does, he brushes it off as like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like when he gave Patton the cat onesie, like he just kind of, brushed it off. Like, oh, it was just because I did it. No big deal. Like, don't even think about it. Like, I feel like Logan also has to learn. Ashman, yes, I do think there will be a Logan arc. I really do. I think it'll come after Romans. And and for those of you who aren't members, there was a time where Thomas said something about how they couldn't show Roman's room until they introduced the next side, which leads me to believe that Roman and Remus share a room together. And so I think now that we have Remus, it's possible that we're going to get Roman's room and Remus will be there too. And then we'll get Logan's room after that. But if the theory goes on the idea that they're giving the rooms in the opposite order that they gave names, which is why Remus's name was immediately given. So. CB, maybe they don't bring in facts because they think Logan's always going to have better facts, and it's pointless to try to beat him at his own thing while singing his multiple sides of his thing. I guess you could say that, but at the same time, like, why would you do that? Like, if you had a friend who doesn't like hugging or emotional stuff, and yet every time you tried to comfort them, you hugged them, even though that's not what they want. Like, I feel like with Logan, because I feel like that's why everybody took that one line from Logan so wrongly. Whenever in Can Lying Be Good, whenever Deceit left and Patton was back, and Logan goes like, "Well, maybe Deceit wasn't so bad," and it's because there was finally somebody else that was talking in a logical fashion with facts and names and explaining stuff in detail like Logan does. I think Logan enjoys it, having another smart side there, because he feels like he's surrounded by idiots. And I feel like Deceit and Logan would actually get along, even though Deceit can make Logan shut up. I still think that a conversation between the two of them would be interesting, and that's why I like. I think that's why I like the idea so much of Deceit and Logan like having a debate at some point. Yeah, Lottie, I agree. Roman's room being with a line down the middle. Yeah, like it's neat on one side and just insane on the other. I could see that. Like one side is like your Disney Prince style, and then the other side just looks like a big garbage can. That would be interesting. But yeah, that's the Logan angst that I was thinking about the other day. It just seems like the sides want to teach Logan in the same way they want to teach each other, and I just don't think that's going to happen. They keep sending me emails from Pizza Hut. I can't afford food like that right now. Lexi asks, what have you learned from Center Sides that has your perspective changed on a topic because of him? Have you dealt with any of that too? Accepting anxiety is really important to me as a set of episodes because of the fact that I have anxiety and I didn't really know how to deal with it. Like, surprisingly enough, and this might surprise some of you, but originally Virgil was my least favorite character and Patton was my favorite. And the reason is because I saw a lot of what I disliked in myself in Virgil. Like, a lot of the original stuff with Virgil in it, I was just like, shut up, dude. Like, no one cares. Because I didn't really like him because he reminded me a lot of myself. So over time though, and especially with accepting anxiety, it was really easy for me to see myself in Virgil and to see how my anxiety was trying to help me in my life. And I think that's why accepting anxiety means so much to me. And then Remus too, like I also deal with intrusive thoughts. So it's kind of nice to have a character to kind of brush that off on. Like if I have an intrusive thought, I can just be like, Remus, shut up. I can just brush it off on him and move on with my life. Yeah, Pistachio Land. The Deceit always wants to keep Logan away whenever he comes in. Might be afraid of Logan figuring him out. That's why I feel like Logan is the opposite of Deceit if they do have direct opposites, just because of the idea that like Deceit is all about lies and Logan is more about facts and truths and stuff like that. I feel like Deceit is more related to Logan because Logan's about truths and facts, less than to Patton, where Patton is more about what's right and what's wrong, because sometimes lying is what you need. I just feel like I feel like Standardize as a whole is really important because, like, even if we go back to some of the original episodes, like my negative thinking is a very good episode because I have a hard time making my anxiety listen to cold hard facts from my logical side. It can be really difficult. Well, Ashman, I've said it before. I don't know where you were here. I don't necessarily believe that all of them have opposites directly. Um, if Deceit was to be Logan's opposite, I think Patton doesn't have a direct opposite in that case because obviously Remus has Roman, so I don't really think. I don't know. It's hard for me to know in that case. I believe that they all have something against all the dark sides because, like, obviously Remus kind of upset Virgil and Patton, so. And I'm a book child. So the Deceit where Logan's opposite, then why does he always show up in Patton's spot when he shows up by himself? Well, I mean, who's right across from Patton? Logan is. He's able to look right at him. I mean, and I feel like Remus shares Roman's spot because they're, parts of the, same side. So I feel like that's why he shows up there. Because Deceit has also shown up in Logan's spot before. He's shown up there when he impersonated Logan because he was there in SVS and they stood on the same screen together. So I just feel like Deceit kind of is an opposite of everybody. He affects everybody because he can get Roman to listen to him with pretty lies. He likes to bicker with Logan about, what's right and what's wrong. And he argues. We had a whole episode of him arguing with Patton. And we know he and Virgil butt heads. So. YK, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna probably pull this to the end, guys. I guess I can go get the kittens if you want. We can go get the babies because they've gotten a lot bigger than last time. Yeah, YK, I don't think it's a ripoff necessarily. I think it's just like a parody. Like you said, there's nothing original anymore, so it's just kind of what it is. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get the kittens, so you guys enjoy my lame background for a little bit. They might be right at the door for all I know. I found one of them. So, if you guys remember, this is Virgil. Hi. He's a big boy now. He's a big boy. He's all black except for the little tuft of white on his belly. But he's a lovable boy. He doesn't mind. Like, I could literally, like, hang him upside down. He's just like, I don't care. He's such a good boy. He's a big cuddle bug. He loves laying in people's laps. If you lay down for too long, he will be in your lap. Like, this morning, I sat up to play Love Live, and within 5 seconds, he was sitting in my lap asleep because he likes being in laps. Oh, Virgil, they love you. You want to say hi to the people? Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Yeah, hello. Where's your sister at, Virgil? We need to find Callie. But yeah, he's gotten a lot bigger because last time you guys saw him, he was like this big. He was like real small. And the kittens and Dot do get along, but they still hiss a lot. All right, well, I'm going to go see if I can find Callie now. And Callie and Virgil are brother and sister, for those of you who don't know. They were found together. Let me go see if I can find Callie now. Oh, there's Callie. Right at the door. I found Callie, guys. She was right at my door. It's like she knew. Oh, CB, yes, I did name Virgil after Virgil from the Sandersides, but I get compliments on his name all the time. Anyway, this is Callie. Oh, she's gonna meow, baby. I'm sorry. Now, Callie's a little bit more of a butt. She's a little bit more of a diva, and she's gonna play with my necklace while I hold her. You gonna bite my necklace? Yeah. So this is Callie. She is a turtle shell kitty cat. Can't really see her colors right now because it's pretty dark. But her colors go all the way down her face and on her nose. There we go. It's a little bit better. What do you think, Callie? You don't know what to think, do you? No. And she's a cuddle bug. She's a cuddle bug. Let me see if I open my window if you guys can see her colors better. Let's see. Because the sun's gone down just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Now you can see her colors really well. Now you can really see her colors. Katie, no, I have not met Thomas, but if I ever do, you guys will know that. Callie, they think you're pretty. Yeah, they think you're pretty. She's a pretty baby. But they've gotten a lot bigger from the last time. They're almost about 5-6 months old now at this point. But yeah. So that's Callie and Virgil. They're adorable. Okay, so I guess to close this video out, I'm about to leave. I hope you guys enjoyed this random chat. Really nothing too specific, I guess. I know I want to meet Virgil so bad, GotchaTube. Like, I really, really want to meet so bad. It'd be great. I'm going to post in the chat all my links where you guys can follow me online. And then you guys can follow me if you want. Callie, don't. Come here. Callie's being a butthead. She wants to play with the string of my microphone. Get up on the bed. Go with your brother. Go with your brother. And if you guys want, I don't mind doing these live streams more often. I actually kind of enjoy them. I just need to have a topic for my next one. Those are the places that those two right there are my most common. I just posted in the chat my two most common places that I am. I'm either on Tumblr or Twitter, one of the two. But yeah, I don't mind doing like weekly live streams. Like, that doesn't bother me. We could always do them on like Saturdays, because now I have a job where I'm off every weekend, so that's kind of convenient. So unless I'm going somewhere, I don't mind doing live streams. And also one last thing, I got to plug. I started my Patreon. I'm going to be accepting Patreons now. If you guys are interested, I typed the name wrong because I'm an idiot. Oh, my lordy. And my computer's running incredibly slow trying to keep up with this. Because I'm a dummy. Oh boy. It's patreon.com/RileyLogan. It's not very expensive. I have really cheap tiers, but I don't make any money on YouTube right now at the moment, because I don't really have too much in terms of videos that can be monetized, because most of my videos are the reacts, and I can't make money on that. So because all that money will obviously go to Thomas and team, because they're the ones that made the video. So the only videos I make money off of on this channel right now are the discussion videos and these live streams. So but I do have my Patreon. It gives you behind the scenes content of like things I'm making. You'll know about, different videos before I make them. So if you guys would like to do my Patreon, the cheapest is $1 a month, so it's next to nothing. You guys will help me pay all my bills. You'd help me take care of my kitties, get them fixed and taken care of. Like, Dot needs to go to the vet, so I could take her to the vet. If you guys want to help out there, I also have a Ko-fi, if I can spell. But I always got to plug all my stuff. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I guess I will see you guys next week. Keep up on the community tab on my channel and also on my Twitter. I'll be posting there if I'm going to do a live stream. I'll try to have them scheduled a lot sooner so you guys don't miss out. But I love you guys. Thanks so much for your support, and I will keep you guys updated on the next video, which is going to be all 28 episodes of the Center Sides ranked from my least favorite to my favorite. But I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye, Ella. Bye, GotchaTube. Bye, UnderTube. Bye, Bookchild. Bye, everybody. Oh, and Katie, I named Virgil because he was really anxious when he was a kitten. All he wanted to do was meow the entire time, and he was all black. So I was like, yep, your name's Virgil. But yeah, bye, Cheesy. Bye, Lottie. Bye, everybody.